this bitch.
Yo, we back again. That guy over there, you know me. Let's get it cracking. Hey, astrology. Let's talk about zodiac signs. Let's offend some folks real quick.
Y'all don't got nothing else to do with your life, especially the girls. They love this topic.
All
the time they're like, "Oh, well, what sign are you? What sign are you?" And then they think they know you.
All right, going right in the deep end.
It was funny because this, who I was with, the last
okay.
girl I told you about.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, what sign are you?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm a Taurus," and she goes, "Oh, so you got OCD?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah, that's right. You're super stubborn." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's right." And then she said one more thing, and I was like, "Well, this might be true, but I still think it's BS."
Okay, so all right, let's talk about the zodiac. All right, so you don't give any qualities, you don't give any credit to zodiacs and characteristics in people. Do you?
Right, I believe in astronomy and all in that type of thing.
Well, yeah, of course you believe in astronomy, the study of stars, but astrology, the study of how stars and star charts affect people's personalities. Do you even know? Have you even looked into it enough to be like you kind of know the differences between?
No, in Colombia they love it. In Colombia they love it, but I don't know that much about fire signs. I didn't even know they were a thing. I just know, depending on the time of the month, you're a Taurus, you're a Cancer, you're an Aries, you're on all that. But that's it. That's the extent of it. So like I don't let that choose who I am. Like I want to choose who I am. Not a stupid animal like like Taurus. Like what is it, a bull?
Yeah, a bunch of bull.
Come on, man. Maybe because I'm full of bullshit sometimes.
Hey,
maybe I'm lying.
Bruh. So, all right, this is what I'm gonna say. But when it comes to mutable, because you believe in energy, right? I believe in personalities. I believe in psychologies, and I believe that because our lives are in cycles, and we have seasons in the year. I think there are certain influences, right? Now, social influences that dictate your personalities. Humans from especially if you're not considering mental health, but we follow some pretty basic social categories, especially ways of thinking. We kind of think forward. So people having certain characteristics are they're very limited. We have a big spectrum, a lot of choices, but within those choices, they're pretty defined, right? So when I look at people and when they lean on astrology, when they lean on astrology, when they lean on numerology and the signs and the energies and this house falling, whatever. Hey, you can have that. You can have that. You could tell me how my personalities are. All right, cool. But everybody has a big spectrum. But if you live your life according to that, if you're out here, scheduling your day and orchestrating your day based on the sun and moon and stars and all that type of stuff, and you're not a captain navigating a ship, I think it's something wrong. You're giving way too much credit to that pseudoscience.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing I feel like when people give their lives over into certain mantras. Oh, if I just talk into it, it's like, you got to do the work. So I feel a lot of people at least go overboard with certain things. If you let that thing define you. Me, I know I'm a fire sign. I know I'm a Sagittarius. I know
what's a fire sign mean? What does that mean?
It's just a different sign. It has different attributes because it goes back to alchemy. So there's 4 alchemic signs: earth, fire, water, and earth. Earth, fire, air, and
like Avatar.
Boom! There it is, Avatar. I'm messing that up. So they divide those things, and it gets even more complicated than that because we're a pretty wide spectrum. So there's different houses and different planets and all, like whatever, bro, whatever. But when I look at when people let that stuff govern, you can attribute and say, look, I do identify with certain those characteristics, but that sign doesn't define me. But when you meet other people and it's like, oh, you're a Taurus too. Oh, you're a Capricorn or whatever. And you like, well, the Capricorns, they do say they say you look at it like they have these characteristics. You know a person long enough, you're like, oh, okay, you do showcase these characters more than others. Oh, I guess you might be a Capricorn. Okay, cool. But to be like, when people be like, you do da, you gotta be a Capricorn. I feel that's foolish. I feel like that's foolish. People date by it. People make friendships by it. people orchestrated life by.
And then when they remember their past relationships, they're like, "Oh, I did it at such and such," and he or she was like that and like that.
Yeah, you know, I've seen that. Oh, Libras, man, no Libras, no Leos, no Cancers, but Aquarius has hit me up or something like that. And they hard body be like, yo, I'm like, so what happens when you get with that one sign and they go to dotting your I? All of a sudden that pseudoscience, like, oh, it was just that one person. Oh, it's not the zodiac sign anymore. It was just they were crazy. You know, because you know what makes me laugh about zodiac signs? When they every now and again you see online, you'll see a list of all the serial killers and their zodiac signs. There are serial killers in every zodiac sign. It kind of means that people are crazy.
Yeah, you just like I feel like there's a desperate need that all of us have, and I mean I try to fight it, but I also do it all the time.
Yeah.
You always want to put things in boxes because that's how your brain wants to understand the world it's in.
Yeah, that's how
like subconsciously you need to know what's up, what's around you, so that you know the threats. And what we're talking about, like your brain is constantly thinking about how not to die. Like see what threats are out there, what's good for me, what's not good for me, so I can survive on
how
the
I
day.
understand it. If I put it in a box,
so we want to put it in a box so you understand. It's like you're being told something, then you also want to have it in like a little, like in your hand. You want to read it, you want to see it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I understand, but like if you say you're an X sign and then you say, oh, so I'm a sign like this, so that's how I am, then you're gonna start acting that way. So and therefore you're gonna make it true.
Yeah.
So now it might be true, but that's because you made it true.
Yeah, you're conducting yourself like that, but it might not be true to your true characteristics. You might be going against the grain because you want to fit in a certain category.
And that really also proves that you choose who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just that this is the bridge for you to get to make that decision every single day of your life. Yeah. But really we'll choose who we are. Like I can be a Taurus and I can be like, okay, I'm not stubborn. I can be really not stubborn in for some things. I can be stubborn for other things. I can be like if you suggest me something, I might be more open to it than if I don't like and I don't mess with. Because it's gonna suggest it to me.
Who isn't stubborn in certain things? When people say, "Oh, well, Tauruses are stubborn," am I stubborn in everything, or am I stubborn in just certain things? Like I'm stubborn with my boundaries and my requirements and my standards. Yeah. That's where I'm stubborn. Well, most people should be stubborn there. You shouldn't be so compromising in regards to your safety measures.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. If you're stubborn in everything, then that's just being uncooperative and immature and insecure. So is that the sign? You know, that range?
Like is the sign? Is it me? Is it? It's just a lot of times there's no quick ways to knowing somebody or even yourself. All you need to do is look at all of the facts. So I've noticed things about myself that I really liked and I'm sticking to them.
Yeah.
If they're good for me.
Yeah.
There's things that I used to do that I really didn't like, how I felt doing them, what the consequences were. So I'm trying not to do them anymore. That's my work computer. I never turn them off. I'm technically not done even with work. I still got like 20 minutes left. So I choose that based on facts. You know what I mean? So facts tell me who I am, who I've been. So if I did these things, that made me this person. Do I want to be that person or what that person comes with? No. Okay, so I'll try to change the facts so I become this other person I want to be. It's all based on facts. That's it. You can say, oh, I'm dating a fire sign, a water sign, whatever. Just go by the facts, man. Go by the facts.
Yeah, and you might, because you will see similarities in people because we're all people. There's a certain spectrum of the ways we think and the ways we are. Now you can have some very extremes. You can have a lot of mundanes. And people gonna be the way they're gonna be. You know, when they say when they say about the signs and watch out for this sign because they have this negative attribute, as opposed to people. A lot of people have that negative attribute. It's not contingent.
We all have a little bit of everything. It's like when you ask somebody, have you ever lied before? Like you can ask the best person in the world whether they've ever lied before. I don't know if they're gonna say yes or no, but they have lied before. Even if it's a little thing that they did years and years ago. It's happened.
Have you ever felt doubt? Have you ever doubted something? Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're a bitch? Does that
Yeah.
mean you're weak? No,
No,
you've doubted
you're
those things.
human. And I think that's the like I said, it goes to categorizing things and in the human experience, which can be very complex, there are still some very rudimentary aspects to it. And I think zodiac signs is just a way to basically lump things together and say, hey, an easier way to understand a person without having to get to know them completely is find out what sign they are. And if you see these attributes, they're really known for that.
I feel like it's a lazy and really immature way of getting to know the world.
Yeah, because I would love it because it would be different if they said, if they said freaking Leos were all going to be rich. Like, oh man, all Leos are destined to be rich, and all rich people happen to be Leos. I would feel some type of way. I'd be like, y'all rigging the game to make y'all rich. It's not like
exactly.
Leos getting rich. It's you guys are rigging the game. For the little that you understand about zodiac signs,
which is very little.
What would you think is the most overrated sign?
I mean, I only know the most about my own sign because I get when I say I'm a Taurus, they say I'm stubborn all the time.
Okay.
So I only know about my sign really.
Oh, okay. Too bad. That's good enough.
That's really, I mean, sorry, I don't know more than that.
I'm gonna ruffle some feathers. Scorpios are the most overrated signs, hands down. Hands down, Scorpios are the most
overrated not my sign.
Scorpios are the most overrated sign.
Why overrated?
Huh?
Why overrated?
Because it has to do with sexual. So they've been deemed supposedly to be the best, the most sexual of all.
So you had a Scorpio that didn't throw down?
Nah, I tell you, I don't know too many Scorpios. I'm being honest with you. Scorpio is right before me, right before Sagittarius, and I don't know a lot of them. I know more Libras, which is October.
Okay.
And then I rock with fire and air signs because I've just oddly met them. Like I don't know too many people born in February. I don't know too many people born in July like that. My nephew's born in July, but I don't know a lot of people. Like so on my Facebook friends list, I got people in every month. But do I pay attention to it, especially enough to know signs and to be like, oh, you know what? My friends month to month, they kind of follow this pattern. Nah.
We as humans, we have this need to believe and have faith in something. Always, and every time. Everybody's gonna do that.
Yep.
So, and I think this is a freaking really dumb way to do that. it's just a little lazy shortcut.
Yeah.
So just find out when you were born and not okay. Now I know you.
Yeah. How many numbers are in your name? Oh, what place were you born? I've seen some pretty outlandish things about the totality of your sign. But you know what? People could always go off your credit score.
I think it's all BS. I mean, I'd rather go off a credit score and judge you like that. I mean,
can you imagine being judged by your credit score?
It's at least it's more accurate than a sign. You kind of choose your credit score. You have something to do with your credit score, even if it's really little.
Yeah.
Your zodiac sign, that's when you were born.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do?
Yeah, I don't like how incremental, like how the smallest thing you do has such a negative impact on your credit score. I hate that. So I wouldn't want to be judged by that either.
No, I don't want to be judged by it either. Like, my credit score doesn't reflect my spending.
Yeah, my credit.
Oh yeah, for the girls out there, if a guy tells you he believes in it and he knows a little much about it, he's just trying to get with you. That's it. He doesn't really believe it. He thinks it's BS, just like us.
I would think that dudes kind of utilize a lot of different tools to try to get with. Hey,
And it's just a tool to try to get you in bed. We just do it. We just telling you because we love you, bro. we're all in the same team.
It's a wonderful PSA. Same team.
Yeah, we're all in the same. We're in the human team.
Oh, in species. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's a species. There you go.
I had no idea where you were going.
Okay. Man, you crazy as hell.
Man, say goodnight, Nico.
Good night, everybody.
Yo.
Man, you